Two solo founders built AI products in 2024. The first hit $50,000 a month by March. By November, he'd launched 3 more products, hired a team, moved into a penthouse, and was flying business class to conferences. By February 2025, his runway was gone. The products had stopped growing. The team was expensive. He was back to zero. The second founder hit $15,000 a month and stayed there. She didn't scale aggressively. She didn't hire. She saved 60% of everything she made. By 2026, she had $200,000 in the bank and total control over her time. Same opportunity, different outcomes. The difference wasn't intelligence. It wasn't even work ethic. It was temperament. Morgan Housel's The Psychology of Money isn't about getting rich. It's about staying sane while you do it. And in 2026, when every solopreneur is one API change away from chaos, that distinction matters more than ever. This is not a summary. This is a survival guide. Getting wealthy requires taking risks. Staying wealthy requires the opposite. Housel tells the story of Jesse Livermore, one of the greatest traders in history. He made and lost fortunes multiple times. In 1929, he was worth $100 million. By 1934, he was bankrupt. He ended his own life in 1940. Here is what happens to most solo founders once they hit their first $10,000 month. They scale. They hire. They buy tools they don't need. They start 3 new projects because of momentum. They confuse a good month with a good system. And then the algorithm changes. Or the platform bans their account, or the market shifts. And they realize they've been standing on a trapdoor the entire time. Housel says the key to staying wealthy is simple: survival. Not optimization. Not growth hacking, survival. For solopreneurs, this means 1. Don't scale until you've saved 6 months of living expenses. 2. Don't hire until you've proven the business can run without your constant attention. 3. Don't chase every opportunity. Say no to everything that doesn't compound. Getting wealthy is about offense. Staying wealthy is about defense, and most people never switch modes. Warren Buffett's net worth is $116 billion. But here's the part most people miss. $115 billion of that came after his 50th birthday. Not because he got smarter, because compounding had time to work. Housel writes, "Good investing isn't about making good decisions. It's about consistently not screwing up. In 2026, compounding isn't just about stocks. It's about content equity. Every video you publish, every email you send, every piece of value you create, it compounds. But only if you don't delete it. Only if you don't pivot every 6 months. Only if you let time do the heavy lifting. The founder who posts 100 videos in 1 year and then stops gets a spike. The one who posts 2 videos a month for 5 years gets a legacy. Most solopreneurs treat content like a campaign. Housel would treat it like a portfolio. You don't need to catch the perfect trend. You need to stay in the game long enough for your work to compound. Brand trust works the same way. You can't buy it. You can't hack it. You earn it one interaction at a time over years. This is why the solopreneurs who win aren't the ones with the best launch. They're the ones still here in 5 years. Housel writes, "The highest form of wealth is the ability to wake up every morning and say, I can do whatever I want today. Not a Lamborghini. Not a penthouse. Freedom. Most solopreneurs build businesses that trap them. They automate everything except their own presence. They scale revenue but lose their time. They hit $50,000 a month and realize they've built a job they can't quit." Housel argues that wealth should buy you control over your time. If it doesn't, you're not wealthy, you're just busy. Here's the question every solo founder should ask. If you hit your revenue goal, would you be free? If the answer is no, you're building the wrong thing. The build to sell path optimizes for exit. The build to live path optimizes for autonomy. Both are valid. But only one gives you freedom before the exit. In 2026, this means design your business so you can disappear for a month and it still runs. Charge enough that you don't need 500 clients, just 50. Say no to partnerships that look good on paper but steal your weekends. Freedom isn't expensive. It's deliberate. Housel tells a story about a Russian finance minister who assumed debt was safe because nothing ever goes wrong. Then 1998 happened. Russia defaulted. His entire strategy collapsed. Here is the rule. The most important part of every plan is planning for the plan not to go according to plan. For solopreneurs, this means your business should not be optimized to perfection. It should be optimized to survive chaos. 1. Keep 6 months of expenses in cash, not invested. Not in crypto, cash. 2. Diversify your income. If one client or platform disappears tomorrow, you should still be okay. 3. Separate your personal runway from your business runway. Your API costs are not your emergency fund. Most solo founders operate with zero margin. They reinvest everything. They live month to month because that's what startups do, but you're not a startup. You're a one-person economy. And economies need reserves. Housel writes, room for error lets you endure long enough for the odds to fall in your favor. Translation, you can't compound if you're dead. The net doesn't make you weak. It makes you durable, and durable always beats brilliant. Here's where Housel breaks from traditional finance. He says, you should aim to be reasonable, not rational. Rationally, you should invest every dollar. Keep zero cash, maximize returns. But reasonably, you might need cash to sleep at night. To feel secure. To not panic when the market drops 30%. The rational investor has the better strategy. But the reasonable investor is the one who actually follows through. For solopreneurs in 2026, this shows up everywhere. Rationally, you should outsource everything. Reasonably, you might want to keep some control. Rationally, you should raise prices. Reasonably, you might want to protect relationships. Rationally, you should work 80-hour weeks to scale faster. Reasonably, you need to avoid burnout. Housel writes, the best financial plan is the one you can stick with, not the smartest, not the most aggressive. The one you can stick with. This is the solo founder's edge. You don't need to be the most rational. You need to be the most reasonable, because you're the only one in the arena. Morgan Housel didn't write The Psychology of Money for day traders or hedge fund managers. He wrote it for people trying to make good decisions with incomplete information, which is all of us. What is the price you are willing to pay for your freedom? Not in dollars, in time and attention. In decisions you make today that compound into the life you want tomorrow. Getting wealthy is about taking the right risks. Staying wealthy is about avoiding the wrong ones. And building a life you don't need to escape from? That's about temperament. If you found this valuable, the next step isn't to hustle harder. It's to design your business around survival first, freedom second, and growth third. Read the book. Take the lessons. Build something that lasts. Because in 2026, the most valuable thing you can build isn't a product. It's a life you don't need to retire from. Thanks for watching.